Hello everyone, Brachiosaurus227. Welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you my top 5 favorite in-strike Nerf blasters. Alright guys, so I had a really hard time deciding this, but I finally I narrowed it down to 5 blasters in in-strike series that I really liked. But I'm going to show you some blasters that got really close. First off, these are some honorable mentions. The Nerf Deploy, and oh man, I give... Now sorry the frame was cut off. Now the Deploy is a really hated blaster. In my opinion, it doesn't deserve the hate it gets. And I almost put it on the my top 5 favorite in-strike blasters list, but it does have its flaws, which means I am not going to put it in the top 5, but it came close. And I'll show here. There's 2 more honorable mentions, and I'll show you them right now. Next honorable mention is the Stampede, the Nerf in-strike Stampede, one of my favorite blasters, and a classic, and a favorite for many people. The reason it doesn't really cut with me is because it does lack in performance, and there's a lot better options on the market, but there's still so much nostalgia saturated in it, and to me it is a little big for what it is. But you know, that was back in the day. This was the top-notch blaster. So the reason I did not put it in first place was because I'm not a fan of how just big it is in general. I don't like super huge blasters, but I love the Stampede anyway. And it's not my top 5 favorite, but it's definitely one of the best in-strike blasters of all time. No question about it. Stampede was epic for its day. There's just a few things as far as ergonomics go that I don't really like that much. You know, I mean... Anyway, still really cool, and yeah. The last blaster for honorable mentions is the Alpha Trooper. Now, this is one I thrifted. It's in very rough condition, but the Alpha Trooper was a classic, although it does perform pretty much like garbage, but it's still really cool, and a very nostalgic blaster for sure. Really like it. Smooth Prime, obviously, but it didn't make it on the list, mainly because of its performance. Alright guys, let's get to the top 5 my top 5 favorite in-strike Nerf blasters of all time. I do want to let you know that these are just my personal favorites. These are not, I'm not going to say they're the best, because that's super subjective. So let's get started with the number 1. The Night Finder. The Night Finder is a classic blaster. One of the easiest blasters in mod, in my opinion. One of the first blasters I modified. It is a direct plunger blaster, super simple. Really just neat in design. Now, obviously, the Fire Strike is a better design, but I personally like the Firefly a lot more. I mean, Night Finder a lot more. Very good, very nice and comfortable handle. One of the most comfortable, in my opinion, in the Nerf's history. In my opinion, this is such a comfortable handle. For me, it is. I really like it. It's a great blaster. Super easy to mod. Really cool colors. And just a very nostalgic for me, very nostalgic, and it performs very decently for what it is. I also have a new unboxed one as well. I just really like the Night Finder, one of the classics, just super cool. And that is number 5. All right, let's go into number 4. Number 4 is the Raven. Now I know this came out right around the Elite time of the Elite series, but it would be in first place. Although the performance is garbage. It does not perform too well at all. It's not garbage. It's just not the best. It is in-strike. This is the in-strike version. And I really like the Raven. Really cool blaster. One of the best for its time. Honestly, guys, it's just so cool. The ergonomics are great. It looks great. Everything about the Raven's great. Glow-in-the-dark darts are pretty cool. And it's even a little customizable. Really just cool. Love the whole bullpup design this Nerf has been doing. Every time Nerf makes a bullpup blaster, I usually like it. So yeah, really cool. I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited for some of the newer stuff coming out that has bullpup designs. But it all started here, the classic Raven. One of my favorite Nerf blasters of all time. And definitely one of my favorite in-strike blasters. But it does not make it on the top tier list because there's just several other things. Next, alright, onward to number 3. Yeah, you knew it'd be on here. The Nerf Maverick, one of the best blasters of all time, in my opinion. Super easy to mod, super comfortable, and still even practical as a sidearm today, I think. I've used it in Nerf wars before several times, indoor and outdoor, and it works great. Super easy to mod, really cool, just a classic blaster too. I mean, every time you hear the word Nerf, guess what Nerf blaster pops into your head? The first Nerf gun that pops into your head is this. The Maverick is just such a good blaster. Really love it. It's just a really cool design. And yeah, obviously, no in-strike top favorite list would be complete without the Maverick. The Maverick is just literally the OG Nerf blaster of all time. Alright guys, next on the list. Coming in at number 2, and very close, is the Long Strike. Now, mine is missing the barrel and the front sight, but this is still such a cool blaster. The Long Strike is one of the best sniper rifles, probably the best sniper rifle Nerf has ever made. Its ergonomics are so amazing. Its colors are just stunning. It's such a cool sniper feel. I love the 6-round mag storage in the back. And there's nothing I have to say that's bad about this blaster. Almost nothing. The performance for in-strike was really, really good. And just several other things. It really has a nice look to it. Mine is not jammed on me, so that's great. Love it. The Long Strike is definitely one of the best. And I really like it so much. Alright guys, I will show you my number 1 favorite in-strike blaster. Coming up in 3, 2, 1. If you've seen on my other videos, you'll know that the Recon is definitely one of my favorite Nerf blasters. Obviously, it's not the best. In-strike for its time, this was really good. And this is my number 1 favorite in-strike blaster, and definitely one of my number 1 favorite Nerf blasters of all time, and I'll tell you why. It is all nostalgia for me. It performs okay. Performance is eh. Attachments are eh. The sight's pretty cool, though. But here is what does it for me. This was the first Nerf blaster I ever owned, was a Recon. So a lot of nostalgia to that. It's what got me into the hobby, and that's important. All these attachments are usually just worthless. I just like the Recon for what it is. One of my favorite in-strike blasters of all time. My most favorite in-strike blasters of all time. My most favorite in-strike blaster of all time. Just a really good blaster. There's nothing bad I can say about it. I really like the Recon. I know it does jam, whatever. The performance is in-strike, but still very cool. And performance doesn't really matter. It's just nostalgia for me, guys. I'm sorry. A lot of people probably wouldn't understand why this is on the top 5 favorite list, but the Recon is just a classic blaster. Another one of those OG Nerf blasters, and I really, really like it. Alright, guys, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.
My junk drawer, my junk drawer. So many things I don't know what they're for, but I won't let it go. No, I will add more useless little things to my junk drawer.